Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm happy to be here. It's Pam again with another Facebook Live, and I wanted to share some information with you today about living your dream, right? So we're talking about what's stopping you from living your dream because we all have dreams, right? We all have this dream life we know we want, or we know we want to have a dream life even if we're not totally clear on what that dream life is. We know it's not where we are now, and we know we want to get there to that ideal that we have. So, what's stopping us? What keeps us stuck and away from our dreams? And I want to really give that some thought because there's so many things that can get in the way that we don't think about. For example, some people are afraid of failure. So the idea of stepping out to do something where they might fail is so scary, it keeps them stuck. Some people surround themselves with negative, toxic people who don't believe that there's such a thing as being able to actually achieve your ideal dream. And so they put you in place, they keep you in check when you're trying to do something that can be a dream. And so you're constantly trying to figure out, well, what is it? What's holding on? Some people have the totally opposite. They're afraid of success and what it might do in terms of impacting their friends. And here's the thing, mindsets are catching. And so if you're surrounded with negative people, you're going to keep that mentality going and you're going to stay afraid and you're going to stay unwilling to do it. I remember having well, not me having a conversation, listening to a conversation with Jay-Z. He was doing an interview. And I'm not a huge fan of Jay-Z, but there's some of his things I like. And thank you, Connie. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So one of the things he was mentioning is that his friends, well, his former friends, because at that point they weren't his friends, were upset because he wasn't hanging out with them anymore. And he's like, you hang on the corner. I didn't work this hard and do all the things I did so I could hang on the corner and do nothing all day like back in the day. That's not where I'm at anymore. So you can come with me, you cannot, right? I was listening to an interview with Michelle Obama, and she was talking to Oprah, and she was talking about her really good friends and how when they elevated to the White House, she tried to bring them with her, and that some of them couldn't make the climb. Some of them did. Some of them were able to make that new level. They were able to step up, and some of them couldn't. And they had to let them go. And it wasn't that she didn't want to be friends with them anymore, but her state of consciousness, her mindset had elevated, and they couldn't keep up. So you have to always look at that. So are you hanging in the right crowd? Are you taking the right actions? Are you being afraid of either fear or success? And that doesn't, you don't always say those things to yourself, but you can see it with the excuses you make for why you're not doing what you need to be doing. Because here's the thing, if you have a dream of doing something, of being something, of having something, you already have all the potential in you to do that. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't even be able to have that dream, right? That dream that you have is the invitation to go after what you want. So that's the truth. And the more you understand that, hey friend, it's good to see you here. The more you understand that, the more you're able to move forward and do the things you want with your life. One thing that can stop you that's more real is sometimes we think of, oh yeah, that's right, she did. She gave Gail $1 million. Yep, yep, because she wanted her to know what that felt like and to be able to to stay there and be able to be it. Hey, Fran, yeah, we were talking about mindset with your friends because it's so catching and it can keep you stuck if they can't grow with you. And so we were talking about some of the people that were able to move in and some who weren't. So I was talking about Jay-Z and Michelle Obama. One of the things that we see is that sometimes the dream is so big and so scary, it just feels overwhelming. And then you get crushed because you can't make yourself move over. It's just too scary and it's too hard. But you can stop the overwhelm by just making things smaller. There's this great book by Barbara Shear called Wishcraft. Wish, like Wish, right? Craft. And in that book, she talks about how you can think about what you really want because anything is possible. And then you look at it and you go, so why can't I do this today? And you know what the obstacle is. And you go, well, why can't I do that today? And you look at that obstacle and you figure out why. And then you go, well, why can't I do that today? And if you keep doing that, you get to the point where it's like, oh, I can do that today. Or maybe it's too late today, but I can definitely do it tomorrow. Right? Yes, that's a great book, right, Fran? I know you've read it. And if you take that book and you say, and you go all the way down to what you can do tomorrow to crush that first obstacle, you're on your way to achieving your dream without it being totally overwhelming. And if you take another book like Atomic Habits and break down the things it takes to get where you want to go into tiny habits that support that dream, you're closer to than like 80% of the people who say they have a dream they're going after because you're already doing something that's going to help you achieve it. So, what's stopping you from living your dream life is your mindset, your inability to stop and believe you can have it and then figure out that you can do what it takes, that you can become the person that can have that dream life. Because all of those are important in terms of being able to actually have the dream life. It doesn't, sometimes what you want, you have to change up, you have to step up in order to become the person that can have that. You have the potential in you. You had the invitation to go after it because you had the dream. And now you have to step up, right? There's so many examples of that happening in the world. I think about the guy who came up with the hot Doritos. he he was working for Frito-Lay and they were going to go out of business. But he had an idea because they said, think like an executive, think like the president of the company. And he was the janitor. But he thought it and he thought, I can do this. I can make something happen. Now, here's the deal. He gave them an idea that has made them billions of dollars. And he got a great job out of it. He didn't get money shares. He didn't get stock shares. He didn't get ownership in any part of the company. He didn't make them pay for licensing his idea because none of that was what he could see. That wasn't his dream. His dream was to have to wear a tie to work, to have an office, to be a bigwig and drive a nice car. And he got all of that because he came up with the idea and he thought at his higher level, at the highest level for him. And he had people naysaying him all around him and he had to back them up. He had to say, no, I can't, you can't be this. You have to let go of the naysayers and just go with your gut and surround yourself with people that are willing to support you. His wife and his family and a lot of his community was willing to support him. And so he lives his dream. Nothing can stop you from living your dream life except you. That's what's stopping you. You. And if you can look at that and think, what is the issue? What is the thing that's keeping me stuck? And how can I overcome it? You're moving in the right direction. So I hope this gave you some food for thought. I hope that it helps you. And I would love to help you with it and to work with you on it if you're interested. I have a great group called Mastermind, the Mindset and Visibility Mastermind, and you can check it out here if you're interested. And I would love, love, love to have more conversations with you about how to get past whatever's stopping you from living your dream life. So that's it for today. I hope you guys got something out of this, and have a great day. Have a great afternoon and a great rest of your week. I'll see you all next week. Bye.